Have you ever gone through periods where you were writing plenty of songs, maybe even an entire album, or you were writing for a band and then you just stopped? And this goes with pretty much anything. This is probably a bad analogy, but if you're a basketball player and you're really good and then you stop practicing, then maybe you're not as good. When I was in Vegas, I was out there living with a friend who was trying to help me out, right? And instead of getting a job, I was looking through weekly newspapers. You know what I'm talking about? Like the artsy one that like tells you what gigs are playing and all these kind of things. In the musician section of the classified ads, they're like just ads that are in the newspaper that they exist. It was like vocalist wanted, and then it was like prog-metal band looking for vocalist. Listen on the MySpace page. I have a link, the guy's name and email. I checked it out and I was blown away because I had been doing live sound in a venue that we used to also play in back home, and there was this band called Submethod, really hard and screamed but sang really high. I wasn't good enough to play that style of music, but I always wanted to sing it. This is my opportunity. I can sing in this band. So I was really pumping myself up. I listened to the tracks and emailed the guy, and I'm like, da-da-da-da-da. And he's, hey, can you record a demo? I'm like, okay. So I made a demo of one of the songs, tried to write 3 or 4 of the songs, but 1.5 songs came out. I sent him the demo of the song I did, and he liked it enough. He's, hey, we're rehearsing in this room. Come see us. I'm like, okay, fine. So I'm in Vegas. Everything's centralized, but I go out to nowhere. A commercial area was like so sketchy. Like it's something you would see in some movie where some drug deal is going to go down. And I hear this music in the background, this some low rumbling. All right, this is it. They're already in there. So I walk up. It's a hallway to my left and an old guy with like glasses on. This disheveled desk. And then he's looking at me funny because I've never done this. I don't think I've told anyone this, but for this kind of band, every time I've seen a band like this, they're dressed up crazy. Like they have a mask or they have jackets with spikes on them or something crazy. So I was like, what can I do? And back then I had no idea. The only thing I had was a black long sleeve jacket with a zipper and a turtleneck and some black pants. I'm like, all right, I'm goth now, except maybe I need something. Like, I guess I'm going to do the eyeliner. One of the only times I ever wore eyeliner. You probably couldn't even see it. Probably couldn't even tell, but it was really hard to do because I made it like super thin. I was just like, so I look like a Screamo kid. Oh, the guy's like, oh, they're over here in this room, right? So I start walking and it's just like, I hear the music and it's just like, and they're just so in sync. It's just incredible. This thundering noise coming through the door. I open the door and they don't stop playing. They look at me and they're like, and I walk in, I close the door behind me, and they're just rocking out. And I'm like, holy crap, these guys are awesome. Then I look around, it's just a drummer and the guitar player. I'm blown away by the sound and the feeling of it, and just how can it be this intense, this big, this awesome. So they finish the song, and the guitar player, who's just this bald, like ripped guy, and he's amazing. He's just playing these like incredible riffs and squeaks and squeals and stuff that like, and just making it all look effortless. Like he's technical, like a classically trained guitar player, because all their music is epic, like an orchestral arrangement, but it's just one guy, one guitar. He's like, what's up, man? And I'm like, what's up? And the drummer's, who's the guy, emailed me, he's like, hey, you want to sing that song we played? I'm like, yeah, sure. And so I grab the microphone and I just rock out. I'm singing as high as I can. I wrote the song high, and they're playing a half step up, this high screaming, just letting go of energy and emotion just in one take. It was the greatest feeling ever. And then after the song, there was dead silence in the room. And this time we stopped. You could feel the energy in the air. You know what I'm talking about? And so it's just like this, like we just broke a hole in the universe or something. Like we just carved it out. And so we're just standing there, and the guy's like, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. You got anything else? Well, I got half a song. I'm like, okay, we did that one. And they asked, hey, why don't you come by and work on some lyrics, get lyrics to these other songs, get some stuff going. I was excited about it, but at the same time, it was a whole other level. These guys were so good, and I was so anxious. I felt like I forgot that I had already performed in a band that had like opened for the Gin Blossoms and done all these shows. I had performed on a tour as a theater kid and done all this stuff. I forgot everything I'd ever did. I felt like I wasn't good enough. I had gone over there, I started working on stuff. I learned a lot from these guys. They're so much smarter than me, so much better. Philosophical stuff, things I had never thought about. You don't know what you don't know. They're on level 10. They're 10 out of 10. That was maybe a 3. How do I get from 2 or 3 to 10 and sustain it? And the truth is, you can't. You have to fill in those gaps to sustain the level you're trying to be. You can't just be overnight a rock star. It seems like it happens, but if you do, you're going to fall off. You have to build the foundation, build the house to sustain it. I couldn't sustain the energy. I couldn't bring it every time. I only could bring it that one time. After that, it was so impossible for me. And I could not visualize myself as that. I couldn't see myself as that. And so it is about taking those baby steps. So if you're stuck in your songwriting, give yourself a break, go back and just work on the parts that you can do. If it's make a beat, or if it's play a guitar part, or if it's just come up with lyrics and you can't write the music part, whatever it is, focus on that part and do that so you start to build your foundation again so that you can step back up to getting to where you want to be. And that is like the entire point of this video. If you still feel like you're stuck in your songwriting, I have a bunch of tips to beat songwriter's block that you can get. If you're watching on TV, take a photo with your phone and we'll get you there. Get the songwriting remedy, get unstuck with your songwriting. I am about to dive back into this song I've been working on. I just started yesterday. If you watched the video called Escaping Songwriting Hell, that actually turned out to be pretty good, except the mic went out toward the end. You still see me start the music production process. You know, I'm not the best musician, but I can put together a song. It's about taking those baby steps. And the point of the story was that you have to sustain this higher level of what you want to be, right? Sometimes it's just showing up. Like today, I just had to show up just to add more to this track so that I can hopefully be more creative today. Doing it on a schedule whenever I don't necessarily feel like being creative is tricky, but usually when I dive in and start working, it becomes something that I didn't expect it to be. And I showed up and made something. When I was singing in that band with guys that were way better than me, I stopped showing up. If you can learn anything today, keep showing up. If you want to be a songwriter, write songs, show up, open your door. If you're super stuck, get the songwriting remedy, and it is the cure for songwriter's block. All of my tips to get unstuck are in one short place. You can just put it on your desktop. You're like, feel like not writing songs, click the songwriter's remedy, open your Notion, and you'll have it. Watch another video. Up here should be another video. And thanks again.